The DOTR makes a last-ditch effort to avert a massive transport strike against the PUV modernization program. President Bongbong Marcos has another mission for the armed forces amid continued tension in the West Philippine Sea. The Philippine Coast Guard checks for an oil spill after a fuel tanker sank off of Oriental Mindoro. Focused and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. The Department of Transportation is working on stopping or putting a stop to the planned transportation strike next week. DOTR Secretary Jaime Bautista called for a meeting with the LTFRB to discuss the memorandum circular on the PUV modernization program. Bautista also spoke with transportation groups Manibela or Transport Group Manibela over the phone and invited its representative to a meeting.
Mag-uusap kami, in fact, wala pa kaming pinagkasunduan. Ang sinabi ko lang sa kanya, I am willing to talk to you.
So yung LTFRB circular, it still stands? Hindi po babawiin ng DOTR muna kayo?
Pag-uusapan ba yun? Pwede namang baguhin din yan, no? Pero pag-usapan namin ng LTFRB, I will meet with kasi it's a board and kami, we can give them guidelines, we can give them directions, no? Pero ang nagde-decide talaga is yung board. I will encourage them to make a decision.
But if transport groups decide to push through with the mass action, Bautista said that they have prepared the contingency plan for all affected commuters. Over 40,000 Jeepney and UV Express operators and drivers will supposedly participate in the week-long strike beginning March 6.
Ang contingency plan natin dito, marami na dito sa Metro Manila, marami na rin namang mga modernized jeepneys, no? Marami na ring mga cooperatives na nag-comply doon sa requirement natin, no? And they assured us na they will continue. Palagay ko, pag nagkausap kami ng maayos, hindi matutuloy yung strike na yan, no? Meron din kaming arrangement with yung other sectors, no? For example, ang Coast Guard, no? Meron kaming mga available na mga sasakyan, no? Other government agencies, MMDA, no? Marami naman magsusupport sa atin.
Senator Grace Poe has filed a resolution urging the LTFRB to postpone the phase-out of all traditional jeepneys by June 30. Poe says that drivers cannot afford modern jeepneys worth around 2 million pesos with their average daily take-home pay of 755 pesos. The senator added that the LTFRB never addressed issues about subsidies for the modernized units. Moving on to other news, an oil tanker carrying about 800,000 liters of fuel sank off Oriental Mindoro. The Philippine Coast Guard said it already deployed BRP Melchora Aquino and one Airbus helicopter to respond to the incident. The tanker MT Princess Empress, which was carrying about 20 crew members, departed from Bataan en route to Iloilo. Initial investigation showed that the tanker's engine overheated. The PCG is still assessing for a possible oil spill. We're bringing you more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. And also described the tension in the disputed waters as one of the most complicated in the world, even with the ongoing war in Ukraine. And Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Chief Felipe Medalla believes that inflation has likely peaked in January at 8.7%. Medalla told the chiefs that this is because imports have begun trickling in, which could result in the lowering of prices. He cited the sugar imports that are soon coming. Medalla also assured the public that the country's economic managers are doing their best to temper the red-hot inflation.
Did we peak na in January, 8.7%? What do you see in the coming months?
Well, in all likelihood, but then I will not bet my entire monthly salary, okay? So, for instance, the last inflation surprised us in both year-on-year and month-on-month. Indeed, but the reason I am optimistic is now finally we see imported sugar coming in. Jokno and Balisakin are working their tails off to get more imports in.
Medalla also insisted that buying commodities from abroad is not bad for Philippine industries and that it should not be politicized.
My view is don't politicize importation decisions. If you want to protect the industry, debate on the tariff. Do not let a non-transparent system of permits determine how much and when the imports, how much it will be imported and when. Because that's a formula for disaster historically.
And just a couple of hours ago, Medalla's agency released its inflation forecast for the month of February. The Bangko Sentral expects it to settle between 8.5% and 9.3%. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim will be in the Philippines for an official visit on March 1 and 2. Ibrahim and President Bongbong Marcos are expected to discuss mutual concerns such as political security, economic cooperation, and people-to-people ties. The Malaysian Prime Minister is the first head of state to visit the country since Marcos Jr. took power. PNP Chief Rodolfo Azorin Jr. sees as isolated the recent wave of attacks against government officials. Azorin explained that suspects may have different motives, which are now being determined by authorities. Lanao del Sur Governor Mamintal Alonto Diong Jr., Apari Cagayan Vice Mayor Romel Alameda, and Datu Montawal Town Mayor Otto Montawal were all ambushed this month. Alameda did not survive. And heads up, Maynilad customers, the water concessionaire is fixing pipe leaks next week at the corner of Osmeña Highway and Zobel Rojas in Manila. What this means is that several barangays in the cities of Manila, Pasay, Parañaque, and Makati are expected to experience water service interruptions from March 5 to 7. And for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News Live anytime, anywhere. I am Sean Yao. We are One News. All sides, all the time.